Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are here with the Gran Turismo Oldies, following their Manufacturers' Championship, their Manufacturers' Cup, and showcasing each of their three leagues. We have come around to round 8, and we're following League 2, and we're at the Red Bull Rings, so we are expecting a lot of penalties. There's 2 races. That's as much as the information I've got for you. They've taken all of it down. I'm 2 weeks behind their championship. They've moved on, ladies and gentlemen. This is over for them. And they have scrubbed any kind of information that was out there about this championship. So I know there's 2 replays, so there's 2 races. I think they're in Group 4s. I don't even remember the tyre rules, if there is any. So we're just going to go into this blind. It seems I've got no championships. It's nothing. So let's just have a look at what the grid is. There's Mr. Mersch in the Alfa Romeo in first place. Great qualifying from the Mersch there. In second place in the Ferrari, ladies and gentlemen, we have Kilroy. And qualifying in third, we have the Cap in the Alfa Romeo. In fourth place, ladies and gentlemen, is the Flinch. The full inch in his Ferrari. And then in fifth, and I think the full inch, the last time we joined him, he was leading the championship. So we'll just assume that he probably still is. Dusty in fifth in the Mustang. He's had a bit of has he had a change up? I'm not sure, I think he's had a change of colours. I'm sure Dusty, it was like a black Mustang. So a little livery change there from Dusty in fifth place. We have the Schneider in sixth. The German in Canada. In the Honda, looking absolutely fabulous. And then in seventh, we have the Spawny. Penalty ring, there we go. I was going to say we were at the penalty ring, but I thought, we'll just leave it. But yes, I expect to see a lot of penalties today. In the chat, Vodka Rob saying, hello, hello, hello. I was pissing by your window. I thought I'd poop in. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, we are up for this. Let's have a quick look at the old grid and see. I think they all just race on medium tyres. I don't think there is any kind of tyre thing in this group. So I follow so many. There's so many rules. I gave up trying to remember the rules of all of them because I'd get mixed up between them. So before each stream now, I quickly catch up with the rules of whatever league it is I'm following or covering. So yeah. Shall we just get on with it? And I'll shut up. Well, I'll not shut up, I'll tell you what's happening, but, So, Mr. Mersch then leads them away in the Alfa Romeo. And he's ahead of the Kilroy at the moment in the Ferrari. And the Cap there in third. Full inch is in fourth place with the Dusty in fifth. Ooh! The Alfa Romeo of Cap looking very wild in turn 1, but he's got her under control right now, and still looking to make the move on the Ferrari ahead of him. In fact, rather close. It looks like leading up to this, he's trying to get himself a bit of a tow. Will he try and go for a late break around the outside? Kilroy doing a bit of defensive driving there in second place, hugging onto the apex and letting Cap have no room. Now Cap has been backed into the other Ferrari of Flinch, but Flinch has been a very naughty boy. He's picked up a penalty. Is he the first of the day? There you go, the first of the day for the Flinch. Mr. Mersch then leads them away as Kilroy chases, and the Cap in third. It looks like he survived the Flinch's onslaught for the time being, as Schneider lays in wait to grab that fourth position from Flinchy when he has to pay the penalty. And Vodkrov saying, I was watching the World Cup Endurance Quali at Baku this morning. There was a gorgeous Porsche in chrome. Oh, was there now? I do like a Porsche. So Mr. de Mersch at the head of the table, ladies and gentlemen, at the head of the group, leading them around. with Kilroy in second, and the cap is in third. Then we have Schneider, now with a penalty after getting past the Flinch, who still has a penalty, or has a new penalty, in fact. Dusty in sixth. Now, we saw Dusty the last time out at the Mountbatten Centre, Mount Panorama, the Bathurst, and he slapped. So it looks like he's struggling here at the Red Bull Ring at the moment, fighting with, I say struggling, they're all very fast boys. And it's just half the field is here, is all. So sixth place isn't terrible, is it? But when it's out of a field of 7, doesn't look too good. The Mersch is going, he's leaving. He's got his coat, he's off. And Kilroy hunting him down, the two Americans out there in the lead. The cap in the little 4C, doing a great job. It looks like he's closing in on the Kilroy. Struggling with a bit of lag. But, I mean, in South Africa, I know they do their cutting or shedding or something of power, so it's a bit of a tough one for those guys. Vodcrop in the chat saying that Alpha is a cool car, but I always think it looks out of place in the Group 4 races. Yeah, they probably should have given it a little bit more oomph and made it a Group 3 car, but they probably just wanted some classics in the Group 4s. There isn't many, is there? So the Mersch, where there's 3 or 4 in the Group 3s, they're not competitive, not worth racing with the Group 3 cars, but I can't really think of any in the Group 4s except for that Alfa Romeo. It's a legendary car. So Kilroy in second with the cap in third. Oh, is the Toyota? There might be a Toyota. No, even that I think's in the Group 3s. The old Toyota Supra. Might be Group 4. Hey, you see, it's tough to keep a track of these things. There is like 500 cars in that bloody game, so it is tough to remember where they all belong. So the Mersch then leads the way with Kilroy in second. Then we've got the Cap making a race of it for the podium, ladies and gents. The Cap fancying that second place today, and you never know, you don't never not know what could happen ahead on the track. Mr. Mersch could make a mistake. Things could go awry. So, but Cap is hanging it out. He is absolutely cooking at the moment. So, Schneider in 4th place in the Honda. Nice, steady car. Mid-engined. And well-balanced. With Flinch in 5th, leaving Spawny and the Dusty in the Mustang, struggling around the bull ring, and but Dusty then just getting himself back ahead of Spawny, and Spawny and Dusty at the moment are having a clash of the Titans, a big battle down for 6 and 7. Mersch leads the way with Kilroy in second, and then we got the Cap in third. Schneider is 4th. And they're all within sight of each other as we go into lap 4. It's going to surprise me when the race finishes. I'm going to be like, oh, it's finished. I think it's 20 minutes or 25 minutes. I just don't remember. Flinch then in 5th, with Dusty in 6th, and Spawny there in 7th. And at the moment, all just following each other. It looks like the Cap was going for an attack on Kilroy there, but it seems it's just not happening. Kilroy's just got enough in his bag to keep the Cap at bay. And Schneider closing in, maybe a 40.2 from Schneider. And the Cap a 40.7, Kilroy 40.0, so he is absolutely landing it. 39s for the Mersch out in the lead. 40.2 as we said, and Flinch 39s as well. Flinch starting to get there. Maybe he can close in and make a bit of a race of it there for 4th place. And Trine and Dusty and Spawny absolutely at it, hammer and tong, ladies and gents. But at the moment, Mr. Mersch is landing every lap, hitting every apex and doing things just right. And looking to take a huge win out of this round. Big win. Kilroy in second with the cap there in third. And Cap then going faster at 39.7 for the cap there against a 40.2 from Kilroy. And the pressure is on. The heat is on, ladies and gents. It's on the street. Oh, Cap nearly loses it in the first corner. And that gives Kilroy a little bit of wiggle room, a bit of breathing space, although not much. Not much at all. The Cap's still on it. Schneider trying to close in, a 40.0 from him last time out. And the Cap then pushing a little bit too much, maybe. Small little mistakes, squirreling out of corners for the Cap as he tries to close in on second place. And it's a long, slow cook, this one is, for the Cap. He's building to this one. We are coming up to 8 minutes in the race. And at the moment, I think Dusty and Spawny only two. Bit of racing we've had. Spawny then closing back up to the Dusty. Going for the move. No, he's onto the brakes. Doesn't fancy it, but he had a sniff and a whiff, did he not? He had a sniff and a whiff, and you give him that. So Dusty at the moment under threat. As his tyres are starting to bed in now. He's starting to find 39s himself, as is Spawny. The cars are getting lighter. Mersch, he's always been in the 39s. He lives in the 39s. And again, coming back around for another purple. And boom. Not quite this time. Kilroy, it looks ever closer from Cap. We know how Cap just slings it into the first corner. So on board with El Capatino as he comes in. And this one was steady. It was steady, it was tidy, and he's closer now to Kilroy than he has ever been before. And Kilroy now could be in trouble coming into this second corner. And Kilroy just concentrating on his own braking, his the apexes, and just getting it right. And if he does everything his end right, then Cap shouldn't be able to get by, is the thinking behind this one, as Kilroy goes on a solid defensive drive at the moment, just parking it on all those apexes, making sure to leave no space up the inside for Cap to give it a sling. Schneider is closing in though, these two battling, it's holding the Cap up. And that's bringing Schneider into the equation, ladies and gentlemen. Be warned, we have a three-way battle for the podium. The fight is on. Full inch. Hey, I tell you what, these penalties haven't been that bad. These guys are really well behaved. And but Full Inch has picked himself up his second penalty that we've seen, possibly third. And Dusty and Spawny looking to get a hit on the former championship leader, could be championship leader. And that's Dusty through, but not so much the Spawns. Spawny, though, is thereabouts, making his presence felt, ladies and gentlemen, as the battle for the podium rages on. Kilroy getting out wide, get it in nice and tight, and give Cap no chance whatsoever to make up ground, as Schneider seems to have dropped back a little bit from that battle. And Mr. Mersch safe at the moment in the knowledge that those guys are too busy with each other. Too busy with each other to be worrying about him. And he's just slinging it every lap as Kilroy and the Cap go head to head. As we go over into the 11-minute mark of the race, and Cap, it's just it looks like that lag makes it look like he's going to slide off the road, but he's got it under control, ladies and gents, don't you worry about that. And Schneider, Spawny, there's been a huge change around up here. Flinch with his penalty, he's gone to the back, he is going on Full Inch, he's got the wipers going, it's his DRS, ladies and gentlemen. And Dusty then with a half-a-second penalty, a naughty boy indeed, and that has brought Spawny into the play. Spawny then, 5th place. The Flinch chasing him down. Not wanting to, he can't afford to lose points, but Spawny, he's probably going to pick up a penalty for that one. Seemed a little bit off the track. And there you go, naughty boy. Naughty boy. Who's a naughty boy then? Flinch then closing in up to the first corner. Kilroy still in second, the Cap chasing him in third. And the Ferrari is all up and in Spawny's rear derriere, but Spawny getting through that first corner quite well and leaving the Flinch a little bit behind. Then Dusty is in the action right up his rear derriere into his chuff zone to try and find, hey, what? Oh no, it's Norwegian and Englishman. I would say he's right up his fanny, but it's the wrong country. They're up in the lead and no one's up anyone's fanny up there. Razorback in the chat saying hi thingy, hello chat from down under. G'day sport. So sorry, that's awful. Flinch then, does he make a mistake of this one? As Dusty tries to get himself back into the fight. And Spawny has absolutely dipped. He said goodbye, I've bounced. Mershy is still leading this one by a country mile. But Kilroy, the Cap's in trouble. The Cap is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen, with a penalty, paying the penalty. And Kilroy, Schneider right on his rear derriere. Right on his hiney. So that's Schneider up and through and into third with Cap down now. Into 4th place. And Spawny then leaving Flinch and the Dusty behind. Flinch with a penalty again. Naughty drivers as Dusty chases him. Mershy leads the way. Kilroy still in that second. Now a change of order for third as Schneider grabs the position from Cap, which is a real shame for the Cap. He was really putting it in there, wasn't he? He was putting in the effort, ladies and gentlemen. He was giving Kilroy something to keep honest about. And now with one small penalty, putting him down into 4th place. He's got it all to do as Schneider is no slouch. He's fallen back. No, he's not. He's not far back. It must have been Spawny I saw in the distance. I tell you what, Spawny's coming into this action, isn't he? Spawny closing in on that podium battle, as is the full inch and Dusty. Dusty at the moment, it's not been a great race for him. After we saw him at the leading the whole first race, I believe, at the sprints. Bathurst, sorry, the last stream I did for League 2. So Flinch though, he's got to pay a penalty now, and that is going to be an easy one for Dusty, just to drive through and say "ta very much, sir." And Flinch then has got to dig deep in this race. He can see at least 2 of his competitors just ahead of him, but it's going to be big jobs to try and catch those guys. The Mersch just waiting for the checkered flag at this point, all on his own. Kilroy enjoying a little bit of peace after Cap's penalty and falling back behind the Schneider, and the Schneider just not looking in a position to take on the Ferrari. Kilroy 39.8 last time around, and Schneider is doing 39.8s as well. So status quo is between the two cars. They're not gaining or losing. So Cap, can he move in? It doesn't seem like he can find the pace in the Alpha at the moment, with Spawny, the man on the move, up to 5th as Flinch and Dusty go side by side. And again, that Mustang just doesn't look very competitive, does it? As the Flinch just drives past him down the straight, and Dusty looks like he is driving his grandma's car around the Red Bull Ring. Turns out his grandma's car is like a Skyline or something. Dusty having a sniff up the inside. There's Flinch then going on a bit of a defensive there against the Mustang. Kilroy still in second. Mr. Mersch still leading the way. And we've got Schneider in third. But it's Dusty and Flinch that we're watching at the moment. They're hard at it, ladies and gentlemen, in a dice between each other. It's a cracking little fight. And they've been swapping positions. Spawny was in this fight, but he decided to leave him behind. And now it's just down to the Flinch and Dusty duking it out. Kilroy, I think he's got a bit of space. Oh no, Schneider, he had a bit of space. Schneider's closed right in, but Schneider has picked up a penalty as well here at the penalty ring. And he's going to have a tough... He might be all right, you know. Do you know, Cap might have fallen back far enough for Schneider to get away with paying that penalty and staying ahead of Caps. But Kilroy under pressure, and he'll be happy to see the penalty zone coming up pretty soon, and to get rid of this pesky Schneider all up in his business. I'm not even sure if I'm on the right round now. I'm questioning everything. This should be round 9 if there's only 2 left. I might put the wrong round down this, but oh, I'm lost. We'll just continue on. So Mr. Mersch leads, Kilroy in second, Schneider in third. He's paid that penalty, and he has been okay from the Schneider's been saved from that penalty against himself. So the Cap does close in a little bit. I'm looking for the last one I did, please. It was League 1 at Spa, and I thought it was round 7. Is there only 9 rounds? Am I 3 behind? Possibly. So yeah, I've got, yeah, because I thought I was ending on League 1. Although if it's evens, it could be 9 rounds of championship, I suppose. That keeps it even, because I'll be doing 1 extra of League 1, wouldn't I? If it was 10 rounds. But yeah, for some reason I thought it was only this round and 1 more round to go after this, which will be League 3 that I'll be covering. Which is at Le Mans, I believe, ladies and gents. Looking forward to that. Kilroy at the moment. Schneider is trying to close back in, and the Cap is in that fight as well. Spawny all by himself in 5th place, and it looks like the Flinch is slowly pulling away from Dusty. Beautiful stuff. And we're over 20 minutes now, so it must be a 25-minute race. And the Mersch then leads the way. It is a close battle here. Cap is in there, and Schneider's got a penalty. There is 10 rounds. Oh, is there? Well, they've erased everything. We could just call it quits here, couldn't we? Because they've taken everything down. So I don't know. Mr. Mersch then is in the way, lead with Kilroy in second, Schneider in third. He's got 1 second now. He's gone all in as this race comes to its finale. And the Cap then in 4th. He's dropped back a bit, but I reckon he's going to be. 1 second is an eternity down a straight. So I think the Cap could be in with a chance for another podium. Mr. Mersch leading the way still. And he is miles ahead, ladies and gentlemen. He's got it absolutely on. With Kilroy in second, we've got the Schneider with that 1 second penalty to pay, and the Cap has slipped back. He was closer to him than that. Spawny safe in 5th at the moment with blues, and Flinch is getting faster though and chasing him down. Dusty fighting the Mustang. Mr. Mersch So he's having a dance with the Alfa Romeo through the corners, the car doing exactly what he wants it to do and when he wants it to do it, and it is working out very nicely for him as the cap then does move ahead of Schneider. Sorry, I thought the penalty zone was somewhere else. So the cap then back up and into third as we come up to 22 minutes into this race, and Spawny then being caught by the Flinch. The Flinch gets fastest lap come the end of the race, and the Ferrari starting to work very nicely for Flinch, and he's hunting himself a 5th place from Spawny at the moment, with Dusty there in 7th. Mr. Mersch is leading the way with Kilroy in 2nd, and we've got the cap there in 3rd place now, as Schneider getting that 1 second penalty. An extremely naughty boy it turns out to be. And Schneider with it all to do now, and there must be, I'm sure it's only a 25-minute race, so he's only got minutes to be able to make an impact on the cap or Kilroy. Mr. Mersch leads the way though, and it has been a slam dunk for the Mersch at the moment. He hasn't got the fastest lap though, and I'm sure he'd like to walk away from this race with all 3, the pole, the win, and the fastest lap, but for the minute, Mr. Mersch just having to deal with pole and the win. Oh, woe is he. And, oh, yeah, Razor saying the Group 4s are 25-minute races. I suspected they were, but I do cover a lot of different things, so sometimes I get myself a little confused on the rules from one league to another. I follow 6 or 7 leagues, do you know. I think I was thinking the other day, because there was someone I used to follow that then went into the URL and then cut away from the URL again, and at this I don't know. I think they did ask me to cover theirs, but it felt like the question was more like an expectation, and it was like, do you just it was something, the way it was worded, it was just strange. It was like, are you going to cover our league, or do you just do URL stuff? And I thought, I do 2 URL races each week, and I do 5 or 6 of other people's races, and I thought someone's not following the races on YouTube. Not that I expect people to, but you'd think that you'd have a quick look just to see what else I did. I understand people just tune in for their race, because why would they want to watch other people racing? That's fair enough. But you'd at least see that there was more than just a URL on my YouTube, surely. I just thought that was a bit of a passive-aggressive move, but there you go. Oh, Mr. Mersch then is absolutely landing this one. Kilroy, the Schneider has... Kilroy is under threat from the cap. The cap in the end then, and it might be... tyre wear wouldn't affect it. They're very similar. So the cap absolutely lunges there in the end. And the cap moves up and into 2nd, takes the flag. Kilroy in 3rd, Schneider in the end in 4th. Spawny stays ahead of the Flinch, who finishes in 5th, and Flinch in 6th. And Dusty cuts the line in 7th. And Mr. Mersch gets to do a lap of honour, ladies and gents. Flinch is the man who is the fastest of them all in this race, but it's Mr. Mersch that comes away as ultimate winner. And a great drive there, right at the very end. Cap giving it some. I told you he was kind of waiting. I didn't expect that. That was awesome stuff from the Cap. And oh, bless you, Razorback saying I watch all your races. That must be so annoying, you do. And Vodcroft saying I tune in for all of your stuff. Oh, bless you, little guys. You don't have to. I have no expectations for views or subs or any of that stuff. I just cover people's races. So, but I do. I am grateful. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Mersch has absolutely landed that one, bringing it on home for a beautiful win. A great drive then from the Mersch. Superb. And here he comes then, up to the line. Take a boo for the Mersh. Great drive from the Mersh then. The Cap in the end, full of surprises, and taking that second place away from Kilroy, who was camped there, ladies and gentlemen. He had his pegs in and everything. It looked like he was an unmovable force from second place, and surprisingly, at the end there, we just saw Cap sling it up the inside for a great overtake and for second place. And Schneider, he was trying to get his nose in there as well. It was a beautiful podium battle. Spawny in fifth, with the Flinch coming home in sixth, and Dusty in seventh. Let me just get rid of that hot brew, and we'll move on to the second race. There's some chat going on, ladies and gents. And Razorback saying, I love the entertainment. Adam saying, hey up vodka, Razor and Thingy. Well, hello, Adam. Welcome to the chat, and it's nice to see you. Adam saying, I too tune in when I can for Thingy's entertaining commentary. Well, you've all got something mentally wrong with you, haven't you, obviously. And Vodka Rob saying, I was gutted I never got you as comms for any of the URL race leagues I was in before I left. You'll be back, Vodka Rob. I know it. I know it. You should join the academy. Not that I'm saying you need to be in the academy, but it looks fun. Oh, right then. Yeah, we're going on to the next race. Sorry, I had a moment where I was downloading. So great work from the Mersh. Can he continue into the second race? And don't forget, it looks to me like, there's round 9, I think, of Le Mans. Yeah, round 9. Yeah, so there must have been another one. Oh, I'll have a hunt for it. We'll be ending on League Ones then. So we'll load in race 2 without further delay. And see how it goes. Don't look at the cheats. That spoils. I mean, right. I can't think that quickly. I've got to pause it. I've got to change all of the things. So yeah, they're continuing as they finished, Mr. Mersh, and it looks like they are using medium tyres for the second race as well. The Cap then, that might be helpful for him, you know, that final move to get himself up into second place. That puts him in control of the Kilroy into this second race. Get into second place and second race. I thought I was repeating myself, but no, I said place, and then I had to say race. Schneider in fourth, and we saw he had some speed there. He may have learnt from the first race, and he might have something in store in this second race. Spawny, he got away from that Flinch and Dusty battle, and he made hay, but Flinch at the end of the race there, getting the fastest lap and starting to find a real good pace in the Ferrari, and he might be able to take that over and into this race. And Dusty there in seventh. Just looks like the Mustang is a bit much here at the Red Bull Ring. A little bit of a handful, bit heavy. So then, ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, let us get on with the second race here of the event at the Red Bull Ring. Mr. Mersh leads them away. And is it going to be as easy for him this second race as it was in the first race? Cap then in second with Kilroy. They have swapped places for this race. And Kilroy then has a bit of work to do to try and find his way past the bouncing Alpha. Schneider in fourth, already making hay. Schneider not wasting time whatsoever and getting himself up alongside the Ferrari as Schneider then tries to implement himself in this race, as Kilroy as well dropping back as there is a fast arriving Spawny on the outside. He's had a little tap from the Flinch and they're all tumbling over each other, but they all have got through just about. And Kilroy in trouble at the moment. Kilroy in fourth place, starting a little slower than the other guys want to go. And Spawny looking for positions. Is there contact there? Oh, Lalita Yabaya! And Kilroy and Spawny have come together. not in a harmony kind of way, an accidental racing kind of way, and have put themselves out of the equation. There's still a good plenty amount of time to go and plenty of mistakes to be made in this race, so they may still catch up. Mr. Mersch trying to do as he did in the first race and move swiftly away from the pack, but the Cap has other plans, ladies and gentlemen. The Cap does not want to see the Mersch disappear. The Cap actually wants to take the win. Adam saying, no doubt I've been sectioned previously. Good stuff. And Razorback saying, last round GT3 Interlagos. I love Interlagos. And Adam saying I was referring to Thingy calling us nuts. Yeah, no, I got it. Don't you worry, brother. The Cap then. And Schneider there in third, Dusty in fourth. It's looking better for Dusty, looking better with Kilroy and Spawny coming together. Has put Dusty up to fourth, but the flinch, pulling the trigger there, and he felt that was a little late, so he got out of it. And Dusty was like, yeah, son, hold it down, brother. And Adam saying good sportsmanship there, Spawny waiting. Yes, no, they are respectful guys. The GTOs, the Gran Turismo Oldies. Mershi though, he is pulling away from the Cap, and now the Cap is feeling some heat from Schneider. Schneider closing in. And it's a battle royale here between the Cap and the Schneider. Dusty just trying to cling on to that fourth because we think Flinch does have the pace on Dusty, but Flinch is just a naughty boy. He can't help himself. He just likes to go over the corner edges just a wee little bit too much. So Flinch then picking up a penalty, and this is what's going to save Kilroy and the Spawny. If they can manage to avoid any penalties for the duration of this race, they'll probably catch them up to the field if they're all getting penalties. So the full inch then, ladies and gentlemen, being penalised, as Dusty likes that. Schneider in third. He was closer to the Cap. It looks like he's dropped back a bit. The Cap with a 39.8, but the Mersch landing at that lap with a 39.6. Vodka Rob saying my ex was sectioned, and I swear some of her naughtiness rubbed off on me. Oh, they say you're not meant to put your D in crazy, but it's fun. Vodka Rob. So, Mr. Mersch leads this way with Cap in second, and Schneider there in third. We've got the Dusty with a 1.5 seconds. What did you do? He must have slept with one of the steward's wives out there, I think. And Flinch then with half a second, laughing at Dusty and his 1.5 second penalty. So yeah, that's a tough one for the Dust, and it's great for Kilroy. Cameraman, wake up! There you go. Kilroy then in sixth. How can you catch out AI? I mean, it's not AI. I know it's not. But still, you flick to a camera and it just stares at a bank. It's like I caught it on its tea break or something. What are you doing? And Spawny there in seventh. I don't know why. I just assumed that if I flick down to another car, it's just going to be always on camera. Like it would always be in the view. Because it's not a camera, it's just pretend camera views of cars going around. And then I flick down a car and it stays on the same view, but just staring at a bit of grass. And you're thinking, wow, what goes on? So there's the Mersch with Cap. Cap is the fastest man on track at the moment. He's closing in. Oh, he's got a wobble though. The hamsters are running like mad in his Wi-Fi, in his router, to try and keep that internet going. He's probably got good internet. Sometimes it's weird how it just saves replays. So Schneider then in third. Schneider with a 40.4 last time around. Flinch, not a threat. Dusty's paid that penalty and slipped back to fifth. And I tell you what, Kilroy and Spawny aren't out of this. They're not out of this. Now they can see a little bit of the Dustmeister in his purple Mustang, his big, shiny, purple, throbbing Mustang. Then, yeah, there's hope. There is a Skywalker's hope of a chance to get back up there in position. Vodkarov saying, yeah, there's something about a nutty bird that seems to draw me in. Be attracted to it and regret it later. Adam saying, not wrong, Vodkarov. My current girlfriend is more than a little woo-woo. It's the hormones, ladies and gents. That's what it is. Mine is, and she wouldn't mind me saying, I'm sure, going through this new phrase, see, I should learn to say it because that is a killable offence to the female community. Perimenopause, that's the one. She's just really forgetful and gets really frustrated about being forgetful. Like, doesn't know why she walks into a room. My joke to her is, where's my phone? Because that's the thing she says the most. Have you seen my phone? Where's my phone? So I usually just, as soon as she walks into a room, I just look at her and say, where's my phone? And that really irritates her for some reason. I think it's hilarious, but you know, yes. So we're all going through it. It's not my wife suffering with perimenopause. All of us are suffering with perimenopause. Because we're supportive, you see. That's what we do. So Mr. Mersch then out there in the lead with the cap. In second, Schneider in third, with the Flinch in fourth. And Flinch finding a bit of pace now at this point in the race, looking to close in on that third way battle. And Schneider has dropped off a little bit, but the cap is fancying it. The cap has woke up and he has decided it is race day, and today is the day I get the win. And Mersch, with that solid performance in race one, seems to be unbeatable. But Cap is throwing his hat in the ring and saying, do you know what? I'm taking on the mighty Mersch. He's going up against the Titan, ladies and gentlemen. He fancies taking on Goliath. Schneider in third. Never count Schneider out, is what I say. Flinch. It's a daily thing in my mind. I say to myself, when I come across an obstacle, I just say, never count Schneider out. And yeah, usually we can overcome any obstacle. Dusty in fifth after that penalty. It was fine. All the time he had the Flinch where he wanted him, behind. But now the 1.5 second penalty has put his little Mustang down in fifth, and it's a fight for him to try and gain some ground on the Flinch. Now Flinch has got some fresh air ahead of him. He's absolutely ploughing, ladies and gentlemen. And Kilroy and the Spawny still playing catch up from their earlier altercation. And Spawny, though, has stuck with the Kilroy all through this race. It's been fun. And Dusty chasing down the Flinch, but the Flinch is just pulling away. He fancies a piece of the Schneider, and if Schneider's getting penalties, that's working in the Flinch's favour. Cap still giving the Mersch a lot to think about. The Mersch got a wobble on there in the first turn, and the Cap then is closing in even closer. Mr. Mersch then, what can he do? We saw him get an abs. Oh, that's what he does. He gets a purple section, ladies and gentlemen. He starts flashing his purples at us when he's under pressure. So Cap then, with more in the can, it seems. Not showing his full hand. His poker face is strong. And Cap, though, he's put it all on the table. He's showing us, this is my pace, what have you got? And Schneider with a penalty, giving Flinch, no penalty. Dusty is the man carrying the torch of hope at the moment here around the penalty ring. Kilroy and Spawny. Oh, Spawny's been a naughty boy as well. Unbelievable stuff. The FIA penalty dude is going crazy. Dishing them out left, right, and Chelsea. Murphy under pressure from the Cap. The Cap is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. He is cooking with both cylinders. He's turned all the rings on the stove. He's cooking on all 4 rings, ladies and gents, to try and take this win. He's hustling. He's hustling the Alfa Romeo right now, closing in on the Alfa Romeo. There is past versus present. And at the moment, past is winning. So the Cap then, trying to make his way around. 39.3 last time out for Cap. And the Mersch 39.6. So 0.3 faster for the Cap, currently on the Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Schneider, a solid job in 3rd place so far. The Flinch looking for a podium here. The wipers are engaged, ladies and gentlemen. He is serious with a capital C. Dusty in 5th, looking to make some gains here in the muscle car, and his gains are good, but he's made a couple of tenths up on the Flinch at the moment. Kilroy, good lap times, pulling away from the Spawny, and I think that's the same penalty. I'm not going to say he's got another one. He must have another one, because half the field had a penalty, and now he's the only one with a penalty. So Spawny with a penalty. He's a very naughty boy. He's not the Messiah. Murphy under pressure. The Cap closing in. Ooh, the heat is on. It's on the streets. Down, 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 down. Down. The heat is on. So Murphy then is keeping it tight, ladies and gentlemen. He's not making mistakes. He's not picking up penalties. He's getting purples in some sectors, but he's not getting those fastest laps. Not far off though. He's done a 39.2, and Cap's fastest lap is a 39.1. So it's close stuff, ladies and gents. But the Cap at the moment, he is absolutely slinging Alfa Romeo into another dimension. And I'm surprised he hasn't closed up to the Mersch. The Mersch, he's only a couple of tenths. He's losing a couple of tenths every lap. But the Cap just can't get close to the old Alfa Romeo. The F1 box. Was it the box of F1 or whatever? It's like got F1 technology in it at the time, but it was just a boxed saloon car. It's beautiful, man. It really is. It's one of the sexiest touring cars that's come out of our history. But the Mersch then, bringing it around. We're coming up to 15 minutes. He's still got 10 minutes of this pressure, and the Cap is leaning on him. 39.6 from Cap last time around. Murphy's just taken the fastest lap with a 39.0, and that is his answer to the Cap. And has that crushed his morale? Has that destroyed his soul? Let's see how the Cap reacts to that. I'm starting to feel like I'm reading Cat in the Hat whenever I talk about the Cap. Everything seems to rhyme. When I said he's thrown his hat in the ring and his cap, and yeah, I feel like I'm reading an episode of that, Dr. Zeus. Schneider there in 3rd, but the Flinch is closing in. The Flinch is on the hunt, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the hunt for a Honda, and the Honda NSX. Trying to keep a steady distance from the full inch. Dusty in 5th, doing what he can in the Mustang as Kilroy tries to close in, and he's keeping equal distance from the Spawnster. And I bet these two were hoping for a few more mistakes from the guys ahead of them, and it just hasn't come. And these two, I mean, with their earlier altercation in the race, which was absolutely banging, even if it's not fun for those guys, fun for us. But yeah, they've not been able to close in on the pack, or the pack have not dropped back to them. Mr. Mersch under pressure. It doesn't look like Cap has been sapped of morale. It looks like he has dug down. He's doubling down, ladies and gentlemen. And he's answered it with a 39.3. Mr. Mersch 39.8. And that's closing the gap again between himself and the Alpha. The Alpha on the Alpha. New versus old. And as we can see, it is sleek. It's a sleek looking car. But can it take on its ancestor? From a time when things weren't as sleek. It was all about brutal, fast, square cars. Who cares about aero when you've got this much horsepower? We weren't trying to save the Earth back then. We were trying to speed up its demise. We were trying to invent engines that could destroy the planet. And we should celebrate that as a race. We shouldn't be so, oh no, we've hurt the world. The world's still going to be here when we're not around. We've hurt our environment. That's what we've done. We're not that big of a species to kill a planet. The planet will kill us. Vodka Rob says brick versus slick. It is, isn't it? And it looks like at the moment slick is doing very well. Saving the planet and looking stylish. Oh, he's late braked it though. I don't know if he got caught out with the Mersch. I don't know if there was contact. I don't think there was contact. I don't think he was close enough for contact. But I think he missed his braking somewhat. And the Cap then, he was really closing in on the Mersch. There's still time yet, but he's made his job a little bit harder. Schneider with a penalty, and that is coming into play for the Ferrari. Flinch closing in on the Schneider. Dusty, 5th. I say we were destroying the planet. We fixed the hole. We made a hole in the ozone. Well, our parents made a hole in the ozone, and Generation X fixed that hole. So you're welcome. Thank you. Okay. I used to have to return glass bottles. We didn't have anything that we didn't throw things away. We had to return them. And you got 10p for them when you were a kid, so it was like, or I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was 10p. But you got some money back for taking the pop bottles back to the shop. I'm not that old. I am old, I guess, but it's so weird. I just think things changed really, really quickly from the changeover from weird throw at disposable packaging, where it never used to be. So you'd have glass bottles that you'd have to take back to the shop and get money back for them. Whereas now we just throw it all away. And yeah, you'd reuse stuff. Not shopping bags, obviously. You never threw them away though either. You'd have a bag of bags underneath the stairs. I don't think they were destroying the earth. They were always reused in our house. They were good for the bedroom bins. So the Mersch then in first. Still the brick taking control of the slick. As Vodka Rob said, I love that. That's good. Brick versus slick. And there we go. Flinch now is ahead of the Schneider. We saw the Schneider had picked up a penalty, but it's all, what is it, weighs and balances they call it? It all balances out in the end because now the Flinch has a penalty and the Schneider should retake that third place. I'm not sure. Dusty still safe from Kilroy, but Kilroy is starting to put a bit of pace in now against the Spawny. And the Mersch is He's still leading. He's still doing a cracking job out in front. Oh. Odd Rob saying, remember back in the 80s, they were saying we're heading towards an ice age. I know. It was a whole fear thing. They're still doing the fear thing. But yeah, it was weird. Well, in the 80s, I thought we were all going to get nuked. I remember that was the Cold War was the big worry. They used to sit us down in school, honestly. They used to get away with in school. They sat us down, and I think I watched 2 Holocaust films about the end of the world from nuclear bombs. One of them was an animated, fancy, a little cartoon called Gone with the Wind. Same bloke who drew, like, some Briggs? I don't know his name. But he did, like, Bogeyman, the Father Christmas, the Snowman. He was famous for them, and he also did a film called Gone with the Wind. And, you know, I'm talking about 8 or 9 years old. Being subjected to that. It is one of the scariest films I've ever seen, still to this day. The propaganda that we had to deal with at school. Honestly, I remember my auntie saying that it is the end of the world. I can remember when they used to test the air raid sirens. Yeah, we were living in fear in the 80s. It was so weird. You guys, you think you just being hurt by what someone says on YouTube or TikTok is the biggest deal to deal with these days? We were actually living in the you've got a 3-minute warning. It used to be the subject at school, like when you're in playground saying, oh, what would you do with your 3 minutes? Because everyone was like, oh yeah, there'll be a 3-minute warning. And I lived near a naval port. I'm in Portsmouth, I mean, there's no secret. So one of the bombs would have landed here. I wouldn't have had to live with radiation or trying to survive. Well, we would have been in ground zero. So the 80s was fun. The 80s was fun, ladies and gents. Living with going to school with all the propaganda about the evil Russians are going to nuke us into oblivion. So the Mersh then, he's leading the race. This is an up and happy. It's new versus old. That's what we got there, wasn't we, with the Mersh versus the Cap. Flinch there in third, and that penalty didn't hurt him. Schneider, though, is in trouble from the Dusty. We're in 23.5 minutes now, and Kilroy there in sixth with Spawny in seventh. The Mersh leads the way with the Cap, half a second penalty. Can that help Flinch? No, not at all. It looks like Cap then is going to finish in second. He's not going to be able to overcome that half a second penalty and the gap on track. So it's looking good for Mershy for win number 2, King of the Ring for the day. It's the Alfa Romeo brick. And Volkov saying scary as hell sound that was as well. Adam saying 80s fear, 3-minute warning. Check out the movie called Threads. I'll have to. I'll keep an eye on that. Volkov saying I can remember the teacher telling us we're at war with Argentina as well, like a big announcement. And Adam saying likewise, Rob. Yeah, I might be younger. I missed the Falklands. I knew it was happening, but I wasn't really aware. I was too busy with my Star Wars figures, I think. There was a big war out in the galaxy far, far away from me. That was scary. Mr. Mersh then comes around. You guys were all getting told about the Falklands, and I was worried about, the rebellion doing well. Mr. Mersh then against the Cap. The flag is out, and it's the Flinch then, ladies and gentlemen, that have come in to take third place. Super job from a full inch. Schneider in fourth ahead of the Dusty. Spawny comes home ahead of Kilroy. Oh no! And Kilroy there with a huge penalty in seventh. He gave up, didn't he? He gave up on life halfway round that race. And it was the Mersh, though, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's got another lap to confirm it. But unless he has a little bit of rotational anxiety in a corner, then the Mersh has got it. He's got it all the way. And a great drive from the Alfa Romeo driver. I think the last time we saw them at Bathurst, they struggled. So it's nice to see them on top for a change. And Mr. Mersh then representing the US of A, doing the superb job here at Red Bull Ring at the Österreich, the A1 ring. And Mershi then, what can you say that we haven't said about the Mersh in this race meeting? A superb job done by a superb driver. No one was touching him at all. Pole, fastest lap in the second race, 2 wins. The Mersh was in control, ladies and gentlemen. Super win, fantastic stuff. Well done, Mr. Mersh, sir. And the cap, he gave it his all. You got to give him that. He gave it his all, and came up in second place. I think that was 2 podiums. Oh, did he miss it? I can't remember. No, yeah, he got 2 second places, didn't he? So the runner-up of the day was Cap. Flinch getting a podium there. In the end, he's had an adventure in that Ferrari throughout the 2 races. Schneider as well on the periphery of the podiums, and finishing in 4th in that second race. Dusty, looks like the Mustang was just a little much here at the Bull. And Spawny and Kilroy, their second races were ruined with the incident on the first corner. Not first corner, but first lap, sorry. It was fun for us, though. Fun for us, but not for those. But it was the Mershi today that ruled supreme. Great drive, guys, from the Gran Turismo Oldies. They have Facebook pages, they have Discords, ladies and gentlemen. I know they're old, but they have got a little bit of technology savvy about them. They can still do things like put decals on GT7, which I can't, and they can run Discords, which I can't, and they can run Facebook pages, which I struggle to do a single profile. So, yeah, if you want to join the GTO, hunt for them. Hunt for them, ladies and gentlemen. They're out there, and they're waiting for you. In the chat then, Adam saying, congratulations, the Mersh. Vodkrop saying, the brick looks great in that white livery. It does look nice. I thought that as it was driving around. He's got like the Alfa Romeo and a Red Bull on it. I thought it was really good. Razorback saying, thanks again, Thingy. Hopefully you'll see me turn a wheel at Interlagos. Hopefully, yeah, good stuff. Fletcher saying, well done to Mr. J and Paul, followed by Charlie. Adam saying, after some good racing, I'm looking forward to seeing this league play out. It's going to be interesting. And Spawny Racer saying, hey, Thingy, happy Saturday. I know it's Wackaday. I was going to say that earlier, but our American guys, friends wouldn't sort of pick up on that. But, yeah, it's Wackaday, no school today. I can't remember the next line. So, but, yeah. Timmy's mallet and all that. Oh, man, I just stretched and I got one of those really satisfying cracks out my back. Oh, now I've got a light head. Hey, it reminds me of my university days. No, my college days, should I say. Sat out in the student union. That's what I was thinking, not university, student union. Okay, gang. Well, we've had a fun time. It's been a great round, and we've discussed a lot of things. We've gone over a nostalgic look into how scary the 80s really was. With that, yeah. Okay. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.